I've never done it this way, and I love it.
Yeah, that's me over there with the goofy hair, the ginger Dahmer glasses. Probably wondering how I got here. You're probably also wondering why you're hearing from me in this capacity. Well, here's the thing. That's Mr. James Stevenson there on the right. He's going to fight for us April 15th at Brawl in the Berg 16 in a huge fight against Timbo Slice. His story is amazing, and you're about to hear all about it. But you're not going to see him talk about it. Because young Danny Palm wasn't in the podcast studio last night, and I thought, I can handle this on my own. No worries. I got this. And for the most part, I still believe that, but here's the thing. You have to press record to actually get the video to record. So even though I was cutting the cameras, I was doing all the stuff, I was pressing the buttons, I was working them keys, I never pressed record before I started to do that. So there's no video, but there is audio. The audio is great, and I'm going to let this freeze frame of us in the studio up just so there is some kind of video-like component, not just a black screen. But if you guys just listen to the podcast, you're not even going to notice. But if you plan on watching this one, I'm very sorry. It's just a freeze frame. But James's story is incredible, and I hope you stick around to hear it. And I'm very sorry to James because he absolutely crushed it and deserves nice video clips and stuff from this that just do not exist. So I suck. James is awesome. Let's hear from him instead. Let's go.
Right here, James Stevenson.
What's up?
What up, dude?
How are you, man?
I'm doing really well. I'm doing awesome. I appreciate you coming in, man. First of all, we were talking about it a little jokingly on the way in, but like, you're the man of every gym around here, kind of like Miguel. Miguel does that too. He trains everywhere. Like, where's your home base?
My home base is Culver's. That's my home base with Monix and Jeremy. But I go to Indio for definitely ground. I actually met Danilo because I went there for training, actually for work. Did privates with him. Then hit up Kama for getting my striking good. And then I just had the itch to fight. Just being a competitor like my whole life. So I hit up Monix. I was like, yo, I'm ready to go. He's like, all right, start coming to Culver's. And then here we are,
Dude, we're super happy to have you. Did you know us through Jason? Because Jason fought for us back at Bit B. What was that, 12, 14? It was one of the two.
Yeah.
Were you there?
No, I had to work. But I streamed it.
Okay, that's good at least. At least you streamed it. We'll give you that.
Yeah. I wish I could have been there. Even the last one I tried to go to, but I had to work.
It's all good, man. We got you in there now, and I gotta say, like, I'm really impressed by how excited you've been to fight. Like, it's very obvious that you're hyped for this. Like, there's a lot of indicators that we look for of like how fast people do their paperwork. Do they post their poster when we send it to them? Like, are they excited? Right. Are they trying to get people to buy tickets? Like, you're doing all those things. It's pretty clear. And I've noticed, like, we always notice the comments and the shares and stuff. Like, people are excited for you, which is cool.
Well, the funny part is, like, people thought I was kidding.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, nah, you're not fighting. And then, like, the poster dropped. And, like, phone's blowing up. We want to come. I'm like, I got to see if I can get more tickets. If not, you have to get them online. But
yeah.
Everyone thought it was just a joke.
That was
like,
funny.
Yeah, I was like, nah, I'm not joking. Like, I'll be in there.
Yeah, you actually hit me up for another ticket consignment for him. So that was pretty cool, man. I'm glad that people are coming out to support you in your debut. You said you were a competitor your whole life, so obviously I got to start there. Did you wrestle in high school? What's the background?
Wrestled, and I didn't wrestle in high school, just like as a kid for like 2 years. Football, baseball, those two basically took over through my whole career, through sports and everything. I wish I would have stayed wrestling, but
especially now, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, when I first went to like Danilo, he's like, "Was you a wrestler?" I was like, 2 years, nothing crazy. He's like, well, you definitely have a base of a wrestler.
Nice.
So I definitely say that's a good, like, my strong point is like, just being shorter too. So just having a good base there definitely helps.
Nice. Yeah, you're I wouldn't say even short for 155, honestly. You're like 5'6", maybe 5'7". Yeah, but super, I'll say I Facebook, Instagram creep you a little. You're jacked, dude. Like, you're shredded. You definitely look like you're ready to roll. You're in shape. Are you like big into fitness in general, or is that just from staying active?
Definitely in the fitness. I was actually heavier, man. I was like when I first signed for the fight, I was probably 173.
Okay, that's not bad though for a cut
Yeah.
to 55. That's pretty normal, I think.
Yeah, then I'd say now I might not have to cut any weight.
Mm.
So it's going pretty good.
That's like Jason. For Jason's fight, I think he was actually underweight. He was like
Yeah.
drinking before weigh-ins and
Right.
stuff. I was
He was
like,
telling
dang.
me, we talked about it yesterday. He's like, the dude said I should have left my clothes on to make it look good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he weighed like 175 for a 185 fight or something. It was pretty crazy, honestly, how far under he was. He's clearly a 170 in the future.
He's actually fighting, I think, tomorrow. So shout out to him. He's doing a Muay Thai kickboxing match in South Carolina. So
Nice.
we've been training for that, and sparring with him is, whew, the stuff he throws at me. I'm like, damn, man, like this is some heat, but just makes me better, you know.
For sure.
So,
Yeah, he impressed the hell out of me, man, in that fight against Ken Burrs, which if somebody just watched the fight, that's going to be like a surprising thing to hear because Ken did, pretty decidedly win that fight
right.
through his wrestling, but that was just it. It was his wrestling, which Ken Burrs is going to have a wrestling advantage over pretty much any amateur middleweight
He's a big
in
boy.
there. Yeah. He's a beast. And he has a huge fight against James Leto on this card too that I'm
hyped for
freaking
that.
stoked for that fight, dude. That's going to be insane. But Jason's striking in particular impressed me a lot. And just his fluidity, like you can tell guys who look comfortable in there, and especially a debut, it was surprising how comfortable he looked to me. That was impressive.
Yeah, that I definitely noticed that watching it. Like he on his feet, he looked smooth.
Yeah,
you know?
I'm definitely excited to get him back in there. Like I hope this fight goes well. Is he he's working with that, is it Devotion Kickboxing now too down there? Or-
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's actually huge for our city. So they have some big things coming. So you'll be seeing that getting posted soon.
Yeah. Well, let's dig in there because you're from Connellsville, which is interesting. Not the biggest city in the world, but also not far at all from Pittsburgh. So
Right.
I was telling you on the way in, like I got family in McClellan Town. Shout out my family. What's up, family? and Uniontown area. So I kind of grew up. I didn't grow up there. Like I didn't go to high school there or anything, but we were constantly visiting them, and I've always been around that area and stuff. So this is, like you said, it's big for Connellsville to have a kickboxing club. Yeah. Obviously, Culver's there. All Americans right in Uniontown. Like there's a lot of stuff going on in that area now.
Yeah, I would say, I don't know, the biggest thing is just getting people to actually come. That's like people hit me up like, oh, I'm coming to Culver's. I'm like, I'm not gonna hold my breath, man. Like, you know where we're at.
Yeah,
So just come on down. Like, we're not gonna hurt anybody.
Sure.
I think it's
on purpose, at least.
Right. Like me and Jason talked. Like, I think people are just like scared to get exposed or like show a weakness. But like, I'd rather mess up in the gym and then, get in a cage or out in the street than you pay for it.
Sure.
So I'd say that's the biggest thing is just trying to get people. People are lazy too, man.
There's that. There's definitely that. As somebody myself who I'm like the most on and off jiu-jitsu practitioner ever. Like I'll always be gung-ho about it for like a couple weeks, and then I'll miss a class, then I'll miss another class, and I'll be like, yeah, I'm not going to go back anytime soon. So I totally get that mentality. So I'm not going to judge anybody like that. It's like, it's a weird sport to train because it's so physically grueling. Like it's genuinely, there's elements of it that are fun to me for sure. Like the learning and everything are fun, but like feeling like, especially when you're out of shape like me, like feeling like you're going to die every day, not super fun. So like I understand how somebody could try it and be like, yeah, I'm not going back or I'm not going at all.
Do you live around here?
Yeah, I live in right outside McKeesport.
All right. You gotta come to India, man.
Dude, I know, especially being right here by Bridgeville. Like we're 5 minutes from Indio, right here in the studio.
Danilo's the dude, man. I love that dude.
We got to get him on the pot. The fact that he hasn't been in here yet is crazy. First of all, second of all, he's down. We need to just ask him. We need to just get to ask him. But it's crazy that he's in Pittsburgh.
Oh
man.
my god! Yeah. I tell everyone like, be thankful he's here. Like, go to the gym. Like, the stuff he taught me in like the last couple of months, I was like, damn, man, like you are the real.
Yeah, it's not normal.
And it's not. And like, I've been to gyms like where they've been like clicky and like they look at you like, man, why is this dude here? Mm-hmm. Man, I went there and like me and him are like, he's one of my good friends now.
You guys are bros already. Yeah.
Like, first day I went there, I was like, man, this dude's like down to earth just like me. I don't feel like I'm not welcomed here.
Yeah.
It's definitely family there. I like that.
For sure. I mean, that's what we see from them all the time. I think we what did I say? I forget what I said. I tagged something. I tagged them in something, posted about Gym of the Year, or man, I forget what it was exactly. But Taylor Cahill, shout out Taylor. He's got a big fight coming up for LFA, so good luck for that. Him and Gavin and Jay Manning all got fights on that card, so that's sweet. So I hope they all bring home W's back home. But Taylor corrected me and was like, we're not a team, we're a family. It was something along those lines. And I was like, that's interesting because you totally see that with you guys. Like, I never really thought of it that way necessarily, but it's pretty obvious that you guys are more than just your average fight team there.
Oh, yeah. It's definitely family-based. But just training there, man, like, there's some bad dudes there.
Oh, no doubt. I mean,
there's like no, like, rolling around, I went there today, like, there's no weak links.
Yeah. At all.
No.
And if they're weak, they won't be weak for long with Danilo teaching you.
Right.
So you've got, like we said, you are primarily out of Culver and Connellsville, but you do cross-train at Indio. You got you, Ken Burrs, we already said. We got Clayton Lee on the card, Hoot Lee, a beast, and Evan DeRucci, also a beast, on the card. So Indio is going to be very well represented on April 15th for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, those dudes are dogs. Yeah, I watch their fights. Like, yeah, they're bad.
Yeah. What was your first experience with, if you mostly, played football, baseball, that kind of stuff, what was your first experience like with MMA?
I would definitely say again, the police academy.
Okay.
They make you fight. It's more like a
hand-to-hand combatives type deal, or?
Oh, no, man. It's like some bull in the ring type shit.
Oh, nice.
Like, circle up. Be like, yo.
What?
Yeah.
Nice. They make you do that? Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah, it was... I couldn't believe, like, there was a lot of people there the first time they ever been hit their whole life.
Oh, wow.
And, like,
that's a wake-up call for sure.
Kids were getting knocked out. I'm like, man, like, we have headgear on. You're getting knocked out.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it was bad.
Oh, no.
I was like, the one dude's like, it's the first time I ever fought. And I was like, you never fought your brother, sister, friend, nothing?
That's nuts.
Like, no. I was like, damn.
Dude, that's a hell of a profession to pick if you've never been in any kind of physical conflict. To be like, I'm going to be a state trooper.
It showed. I hate to say it, man, but I was just looking around like, damn, I hope you never get in a fight, bro.
Dude, so, I mean, this is obviously, I hope this doesn't come off as too heavy-handed or anything, but a lot of stuff in the media with cops, obviously there's a lot of police brutality, and there's a lot of people on the other side, especially in the jiu-jitsu world, that are like, every cop needs to learn basic jiu-jitsu. Like, that would help so many situations.
Right.
Are you on that train? Like, do you feel that MMA or jiu-jitsu could really help cops?
Definitely jiu-jitsu. That's why I went to Danilo in the first place.
Yeah.
We started learning that, and like, it would a lot. Like, I'm thankful I went to the state because like the training was a little bit better. Cause I was a local cop before, and that academy was just a joke.
Oh, okay.
Danilo made a good point about that. Like, they pay us to shoot twice a year, but they won't pay us to go to jiu-jitsu classes.
Yeah, isn't that weird?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But definitely, I think more cops should do the jiu-jitsu. But again, man, like in our profession, it's an ego thing. Like, I don't need that. We're in America, we got guns and you got stuff on your belt. But I've been in situations like the stuff on your belt doesn't work on certain people.
Yeah.
And there you are putting your hands on them, and the fight's on. So I'm all for it.
Yeah.
But
absolutely.
You'll have those people like, oh, we don't need it. So
it's a weird mindset to me, especially as for somebody like you. I think you could be a good influence for them, maybe. Like, do you find yourself talking to other troopers now and being like, guys, like, I've been doing it, just trust me on this, like, you guys should go?
I try.
Yeah,
but
recruiting them.
Again, I think people are scared. I think their mindsets are like, I'm gonna show up and you guys, I'm fresh meat. But
that's not it.
No,
not
at all.
Yeah.
Like, when I go to India, like, if I have questions from like anyone that has like a colored belt, man, they help me. Like, we're best friends.
Yeah.
Danilo's another one.
Yeah.
I mean, he'll give you your back. He'll give like his shirt off his back to help you in jiu-jitsu. Like, explain what you're doing wrong, but in a nice way. He's not like there to like degrade you about it.
For sure. I mean, he's seen and done it all, honestly. And you look at his lineage and his family and everything, it's just absolutely nuts. Like we said, it's crazy that he's here in Pittsburgh, but
Wild.
That is a perfect example of how jiu-jitsu will work the ego out of you. Because if somebody should have an ego about things, it's him, right? Like, he's done so much. He could easily be this cocky dude. I'll whoop any of your asses in this room. You're like, you would. Like, you really would.
Yeah, he would.
But he's the opposite of that.
Yeah.
So it's really a perfect example of how the more you learn jujitsu, the more humbling it gets and the better it is for your mental being. I always put it this way, like I've never met somebody who's into jujitsu who became a worse person because of jujitsu ever.
Oh, no.
Not a single person gets worse through that journey.
No, it definitely helped with my mental health too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like when I'm there, like I'm like free.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, it's nice. It's good. Being around everyone that's happy.
Yeah, I don't know if you listen to the Joe Rogan podcast or not, but he talks a good bit about how he has like intense workouts and stuff, and he
Right.
always talks about how his workouts are his release and his mental health. He's like, I beat myself up so much working out that the normal world doesn't bother me, and that
Right.
that was always how I felt leaving jiu-jitsu too. Like
Yeah.
no matter what else happens today, it's not gonna suck more than that. So
Right.
we're good now. Yeah,
Yeah, I watch a lot of Joe Rogan.
nice.
He's funny.
He's out there.
Yeah.
I mean, he's obviously the king of podcasts, and he's probably literally the reason we're here doing this right now.
Right.
You know, like he's created this world where everybody needs a podcast and stuff.
Yeah,
So
he's you don't know what you're gonna get in his podcast. That's why I watch it. It's like fighting then funny.
yeah.
It's out there.
And I love that. I love the conspiracies. I love the little tangents he'll get off. Like, what's your favorite Joe Rogan running joke? Are you an aliens guy? Like, what?
I think the funniest one I watched recently was I forget who, the guy from Barstool, and he kept saying Tommy Fury wasn't a fighter.
Oh yeah. Dave Portnoy.
Yeah. That Joe Rogan he was roasting him. It was funny.
Yeah.
But-
He was like, Jamie, pull up that fight.
Yeah.
That's a real fucking fighter. If you don't think that's a fighter, then
Yeah.
yeah. That was
Yeah.
great.
He's like, you're out of your mind.
Yeah. But did you watch that fight?
Oh yeah, I watched it.
How was I didn't see it. How was it?
Well, my friend Lucas, man, he's a big Jake Paul guy. I'm
Okay.
like,
Okay. Shout out Lucas. What
yeah,
up?
I just I feel like I don't want to say they were rigged. I feel like I feel like those first two fights, man. I'm like Tyron Woodley. Man, I'll give you that one.
Yeah, he never really had hands, even at his best in
Right.
MMA. Like,
Right.
yeah.
Anderson Silva. I mean, man, he's the greatest, but he was old at the time.
Right.
Then he fought a real boxer, and like Tommy Fury just won off his jab, So obviously I was Jake Paul got a knockdown, so I was like, damn man, he's gonna win again. I'm gonna have to hear this shit for another only God knows how long.
Yeah.
And then Fury won. I was letting him have it,
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome that your buddy is like a legit Jake Paul fan, because I'll be honest, I don't know anybody who like actively roots for him.
Oh yeah.
Like I kind of want him to keep winning just because I like watching people lose their mind about it. But
Yeah.
like it's not like I'm invested in Jake Paul or anything.
Yeah, I mean, Jake Paul. I mean, shout out to him, man. I mean, to market yourself like that, make
Yes.
money the way he is, like I give him credit all day. He's making more money than UFC guys just doing these exhibition matches.
Yeah, dude. I mean, for us, we're an MMA promotion, obviously a regional MMA promotion. So we understand how difficult this is to market yourself, to sell fights, to generate attention. I mean, I have trouble. I always reach out to local media to try to get people to cover our fights. Like I want the Trib there. I want the Post Gazette there. I want people to care about us, basically,
Yeah.
And it's tough. It's tough to get people interested in you if you don't have a built-in like crazy storyline. So for Jake Paul to go out there and do what he's done and build this following to where like,
Right.
dude, he could tweet right now like my first follower to bungee jump off a bridge gets tickets. Like somebody's going to go do it immediately. Like the power he has over his audience right now is nuts, honestly.
Yeah, it's I can't hate him for that. I mean,
Right.
Like I
It's
said,
impressive.
Shout out to him.
Yeah.
I don't know how I'm interested in this Nate Diaz thing that's floating around though.
Yeah. Oh, is that a rumor right now?
Yeah, they're supposed to do an MMA fight, so
Dude, I don't ever see Jake actually taking that, but that would be awesome. I hope.
mean, he did wrestle in high school. I guess he was a state champ.
Yeah. Was he a state champ?
Yeah, he's working with Bo Nickel.
Oh, all right. I mean, you're selling me on this a little bit.
I'm gonna watch it. I have to, because Nate doesn't care. He goes out
Oh,
there
dude. Absolutely. Well, Jake signed with PFL, didn't he?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I couldn't remember if that was Jake or Logan. But so if they fight, it would be for PFL?
Yep.
Dude, and then Nate can like enter the tournament or something and try to win $1 million for PFL. I like it, dude.
I like it.
I'm here for it. PFL's throwing out wild money to people.
I
though.
know.
Like
Them, I think, who else? One championship.
yeah.
Do the
Yep,
same thing.
absolutely. One's pretty neat how they have the Muay Thai and the grappling champions as well. I think that's pretty cool how they've created different divisions for different sports and things.
And some of them guys in one that kicked, I was like, oh, man.
Insane, dude.
It's wild. I'm like,
Yeah.
how do you generate that much from kicking like
Yeah.
that?
Yeah. Yeah, if you guys, if anybody listening wants to, if you're watching MMA and you're one of those people who like when the bout hits the ground, you get bored, like you're just not interested in wrestling or grappling, go watch the striking in one championship, like the Muay Thai fights they have, because they really have some of the best Muay Thai practitioners in the world there. And the striking, when you watch it, they're just so fast.
I know. It's
so fast.
It's like
Yeah.
throwing a kick. I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, man. Yeah, I don't want to be in there. But
and what's crazy to me is like the lack of knockouts, I would say. Like,
yeah,
it looks so fast and hard, but they just eat it. Like, they just trade the whole fight, and it's so fast and so much. Like, their cardio has to be just nuts to keep up that pace.
Yeah.
But like, it seems like they're just kind of touching each other the whole time. And obviously, there's wicked knockouts too, but it's just kind of rare.
Even like when I spar with Jason and my coach Jeremy, man, they're kickers.
Mm-hmm.
So like I said, some heat's flying at me. I'm just trying to figure it out. Like,
Yeah.
damn. But they're good, man. Like, I don't think I said it with Luke when he interviewed me. Like, they don't get enough credit. I think again because we're a small town, but them guys are lethal. Like,
Yeah, dude.
they'll put you down.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, I could see it with Jason for sure in his debut, even though it didn't go his way and everything. That was a bad matchup for him, and like we said, he was 10 pounds lighter, which doesn't help. Is his uncle Jeremy?
He's like a friend. He's like a family friend.
Okay. Was it in his corner? Was
Yep.
he the Jack dude?
That's his uncle Bob.
Okay. I was gonna say I met Bob. Dude,
Bad
he's
dude.
huge, bro. That dude is huge.
Bad dude.
Oh
man.
my god.
Yeah, he's a boss, man.
Yeah, no doubt. You could tell just looking at him.
Yeah.
He has a Harley for sure. Does he?
I'm not sure. I have to ask Jason. He does have a sweet truck though. I see him at the gym. Yeah,
that counts. That counts.
Yeah, I have to ask Jason about that.
I'm gonna assume that he has a bitchin' Harley, dude. That if I've ever seen a guy that I'm sure has a bitchin' Harley, it's him for sure.
I'm sure he does.
Yeah.
I don't know how he fits on the thing, dude.
Yeah, that's a good point. He would need some kind of custom chopper
Yeah.
deal going on.
Yeah, he's big.
So who's Jeremy then?
Jeremy's Bob's friend. I actually grew up by Jeremy when I was a kid.
Nice.
We all grew up in the same neighborhood. It's like
Okay.
a little village called Wheeler. Now it's like all run down and shit. But I knew Jeremy growing up. He's a boxer. Just did it all. He's
Okay.
been fighting his whole life.
Nice.
Another one that's helped me tremendously.
Yeah. What's his last name?
Gray. Jeremy Gray.
Okay, I definitely
Yeah.
know that name for sure.
He
Now
was in
that you say
Jason's
it.
corner,
Yeah, that's
too.
my bad. Sorry,
Yeah.
Jeremy.
Oh, you're good.
Yeah, I suck, dude. I told you, like, I'll forget names once in a while. I always tease Ryan about it. Like,
Yeah.
I used to bust Ryan's balls nonstop for forgetting people's names, and now I do. Okay, so that's Jeremy Gray.
Yeah.
Nice, sick. That's always good to put a face with a name. So who's running Devotion? Is his name Jamie?
Jamie, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know his last name, but
I'm not gonna lie. That was literally just a setup to redeem myself for forgetting his name. Like, was his name Jamie? I think. Yeah.
But that's like I said, that's huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It seems like he's doing good things. It looks like a nice space, and it looks like they've got some good stuff going on. Obviously, like you said, Jason's got a fight coming up. A Muay Thai? Is it Muay Thai?
Muay Thai.
Yeah, cool. Muay Thai fight coming up. So it's cool that they're competing and stuff too.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's good for the community.
Yeah,
Just trying to get people to come out. It's the biggest thing.
for sure. I think when people see, excuse me again,
There you go.
this beer. Sorry guys, got me burping. Culver Karate School. They have this image of like a traditional karate dojo.
Yeah.
What is that place like? Because clearly it's preparing you guys for MMA fights.
So I mean, they used to have everything there, like jiu-jitsu class. They stopped doing it though. It's mostly kids karate. Then you have Jeremy that does like Wednesdays and Saturdays. We do MMA, striking, all that stuff.
Gotcha.
But it's definitely there. Like we don't really advertise it, but like word gets around. We're a small town. Like people ask me
for
like,
sure.
what days you down there, and I give them the days.
Mm-hmm.
Or sometimes we're down there more, you know. So those 2 days and like my Indio days and Kama, like I've been putting in some work, like 5 days a week. You know,
That's nuts, man.
I've been
That's
hammering
nuts.
it.
So obviously, I mean, you're taking this super seriously, which, like I said, we notice, and I just want to say, like, thanks for first of all taking it seriously and being
thank
passionate
you.
about. Like, we love seeing guys who are genuinely excited to get going, and you can always feel it. And I definitely feel that with you. What made you want to go? 5 days a week, Indio Academy. Like, you're spreading your wings, you're getting around. Like, you're doing all the things where if somebody was starting, I'd be telling them to do. Like, is somebody giving you this advice, or is this just you being ambitious?
Being ambitious.
Nice.
Like, I'm the type of person, if I'm gonna do it, like, I might give it 110%.
Yeah.
And I want the best. Like, show me what I'm doing.
That's awesome.
I mean, I know obviously it costs money, but every penny I spend is worth it. Trust me. Like, the stuff that I've learned, like, you guys will get to see next month.
Nice.
So I'm happy about that.
Well, what do you think about your opponent, Tim von Biedenfeld? Did you watch his first fight? I'm going to start there because it's. I'll say this. Here's how this fight came together. This will be kind of fun for you too. Little behind the scenes for people. This is why you watch the podcast. Tim von Biedenfeld fought Colton Musgrove at December 17th at BitB 15, and he lost a decision there, but he was so wildly entertaining, and he's from Michigan. He's nowhere near Pittsburgh. And he was so wildly entertaining that I told Jim, our matchmaker, I was like, dude, we have to get Timbo Slice back. Like, I don't like find a 55 to match me. He's like, I was just talking to this guy from Carlos. So that's how that fight came. I was like, we have to get Timbo Slice back in our cage. Yeah. Because he's so fun. Dude, that fight was so fun. Dude, so game. Did you watch it? And if so, like, what did you think about it?
I watched it. I know Colton. Colton's a good dude.
Yeah.
Scrapper.
Nice.
Colton's a scrapper.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I watched it. I kind of watched some film on him too, see what he likes to do. Definitely respects there. I mean, he's a strong dude. I could see. I saw his podcast, Luke. I could see the street fighter in him.
For sure.
Like, he likes to stand in the pocket.
Yeah.
He can eat punches. I've seen that shit.
His chin was wild, dude.
Yeah.
His chin was insane.
Right. I was like, damn. But I mean, he's definitely a tough guy, but I just feel like I'm on a different level, man.
Nice.
So
that's cool. I mean, that's what we like to hear for sure. I know that's going to be a good fight. That's why I was super excited about it. And especially, like I said, as I followed you on Instagram and Facebook and stuff, it honestly, I'm not going to lie, this is funny. It took me a while to realize you were James Stevenson on Instagram and Facebook, because your name's not James Stevenson on Facebook. Yeah. So for a while, I was asking Jim, I'm like, which guy is James on Facebook?
Yeah, I have it like that for work purposes.
I get that. And that's smart. Ultimately, that's really smart. But yeah, it took me a while to be like, oh shit, that's the guy.
Yeah.
Like, sweet. Okay. Now I got the pieces together. Right. Yeah.
But I'm excited for the fight.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it's for sure going to be a banger. And like I said, we're excited to get Timbo back in there. But also now, like, you've got me super hyped on you too. Like, watching your development, watching how seriously you're taking it, seeing, like I said,
right,
all your family and friends who are excited to see you fight. So I know when you walk out, there's going to be a good pop.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you guys are definitely going to be coming out in full force. So I'm excited about all that, man. Would you say, with your background, sound like Danilo said he thought you had a wrestling base. Do you feel like you're more of a grappler, or do you feel like you're pretty well-rounded right now?
I'd say now, like, I feel good anywhere.
Yeah.
Wherever it goes, like, I feel confident.
Nice.
Hey,
that's for sure a good outlook to have.
Yeah.
And
like, I text Jason all the time. I probably get on his nerves. I'm like, man, I'm just ready to fight. I just want to get in there.
Yeah.
So we have a good game plan. So I'm ready to. Everyone has a game plan until you get hit. I know that.
That's it, right?
But yeah. I think I can stick to it.
Nice. So I think it's really fun, man. Like, you having your debut. What have you thought of the process in general? Because there's a lot of, for people who have never competed, like, there's a lot of paperwork. There's a lot of stuff to take care of.
Right.
Licensing, medicals, a billion messages from us and everything.
Yeah.
You've been very responsive. Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
But, like, what has the overall experience been like for you on that front?
I mean, with you guys, it was easy.
Nice.
The most difficult
I'm clipping
thing,
that for Instagram.
Yeah.
You hear that, fighters?
It was honestly easy as ever. The only thing that I had to ask for was the blood work.
Yeah.
That was
nice.
it. Other than that, like, DocuSign, shit's easy.
Nice.
Yeah.
So hear that, fighters. 247 fighting championships, easy to fight for.
It was. I was kind of worried about that a little bit. Like, this paperwork's gonna suck. And then I was like, DocuSign, this is big. There you go. It's back.
It's back.
Yeah, it was easy.
Yeah, dude, that's awesome. Well, I'm happy to hear that, obviously. And I just want to point out for anybody watching the podcast and not just listening, if you've noticed me like glancing over here a lot, I'm going to bring attention to this. Our man Danny Palm is not here. Hang on. I'll do that in his honor. Danny Palm is not here, so I got the equipment on the table with me, and I'm running the camera cuts and everything. So I'm checking our monitor over here to make sure I got the right camera on the right person, and I think I have messed up once already, and I caught myself. So sorry if I'm like the camera cuts are erratic. It's because I'm not as good as Danny Palm, but I'm trying. How's it feeling for you, James?
It's pretty good. You're doing pretty good.
Okay, thanks.
Multitasking. You got the beer going. It's flowing. It's flowing.
There's everything going on right now, man. It's tough. But I'm trying. I'm like you. You're multitasking. Indio, Academy, Culver. Do you go to Devotion too? We never really said
I've
that.
never
but, okay.
haven't been there yet. I should probably check.
You plan to?
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
I plan to check it out. But
Right on. They seem like good dudes. I liked Jamie. I liked meeting him at the fights for sure. He seems like a good dude.
Yeah.
He looks like a kickboxer
Oh,
to me.
yeah.
Long, lanky, tattooed neck and everything. I'm like, yeah, that's a dude that'll mess you up in a stand up fight for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. He's definitely. I was kind of stressed about that when I started first, like being shorter. But once I got confident in what I can do, it's like night and day.
For sure. Do you find yourself like at Indio? Do you get to work with all the other guys that we name that are on the card? Do you pretty much?
No, I have not worked with them.
Okay.
I'll just go like basic jiu-jitsu class.
Got it.
I had, like I said, I had privates with Danilo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, rolling with him. My God, it's like praying for mercy. But he's laughing at me because I'm trying to muscle and shit.
That's awesome. He's like, yeah, that's never gonna work. Dude.
No, he's
don't
like,
even try.
He's like, more relaxed. I'm like, I'm trying, man. You're getting around and kill me.
There's nothing relaxing about the
Yeah.
amount of pressure you're putting on me right now. How am I supposed to relax?
So then I figured it out. Like, you need to relax, and like you don't get tired.
Yeah.
So like once I started doing that, it was I could do this.
Yeah, dude. It's funny. Like one of the best pieces of advice I ever received for jiu-jitsu was like the first couple classes. Somebody literally reminded me to breathe. Like, dude, you're not breathing. Like you're holding your breath right now because you're straining. So like you have to keep breathing.
Right.
It's so weird. It's the weirdest art to me because it's like so unlike any other physical activity. Like you can go run, you can go lift weights, you can go play basketball, football, whatever. All that's like kind of natural. You do that.
Right.
There's nothing natural about jiu-jitsu at all.
No, you can go there and like, obviously, like me, I was like, man, I was like muscling everything.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what kind of shape you're in.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, if you don't know what you're doing, like you'll fatigue. He would just like lay on me. He's like, you tired? I'm like, yeah. Like, yeah, I'm tired. But once I figured it out, he's like, stop being so tense.
Yeah. Also, I'll say Danilo definitely is one of those guys. I've talked to him about this, and like when we get him on the podcast, we'll get him talking about it because to hear him talk about it is way funnier than me to retell. So I'm not going to totally ruin it, but exactly what you're describing is his favorite thing in the world to do to people.
Oh.
He's like, he could not care about a flying triangle. Like a lot of dudes are like, oh, flying triangle would be so sick. He's like, nah, my favorite thing is to smother you and make you miserable.
Oh, yeah.
That's his style.
Like we would do privates, and then he'd be like, "You ready to roll?" I'm like, "Damn." Man. And like, I'd be going good. Then he just, it's night and day for him, man.
Isn't that wild? It's wild to me that somebody can be that good at something like an art like that. Where, like you said, strength for strength, like you're obviously a very strong guy, but there's just such a different level when you got the technique behind it and that much experience. Yeah, it's crazy, dude.
Even like when I do striking with Kama, I love him too, man. He'd be cracking me up.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Striking with him, like, and I sparred with him. Whew.
Yeah, that probably wasn't the best decision ever. Please stop that until after April.
But it helped though. Like Kama was sparring me and teaching me at the same time.
Okay, nice. So he's a smart sparring partner.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
But man, that dude it's just like pistons.
Yeah, dude.
I'm like, damn.
So he's got his boxing debut in Morgantown this weekend. Are you going to that?
I can't. But I will be streaming it.
Okay, right on. Nice. Yeah. It's not for us. So
there's some big names on there though. Kama, Ethan Kenny. I went to high school with him.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Okay, you went to high school with Ethan Kenny.
Josh Frem played football with him.
Yeah. Well, Frem's not on there, but he's in the UFC. Ethan Hayes is on it. Do you know him?
I seen him at All American once or twice.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Shout out to Frem too.
Dude, Fremd, that fight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's talk about that for a second, because so many people thought he was getting thrown to the wolves and like just being used as
Right.
fodder for this up and comer undefeated guy. And dude,
I had
destroyed him.
faith. You want me some money too, Frem? Thank you.
Dude, did you see his tweet about that? Are you on Twitter?
Yeah, I'll send him some money.
Nice. That's funny because Frem, for anybody who didn't see it, Josh Frem literally tweeted like, if you're tweeting me saying that I won you money, you better at least be sending me some of that.
Yeah. Definitely that dude he fought was like really hyped up.
He's good,
and I was
man.
like, I know Frem can fight. Like,
Yeah.
Just I was telling I think I told Jason this. I was like, if he just goes out there and does what Josh does, he'll win. And that's what he did.
That's exactly what he did. He imposed his will. He won like Josh Frem should win.
Yeah.
And to take nothing away from his opponent, like everything everybody was saying about him was legit. He's a super prospect. He knocked out DeWitt Dixon, which is what initially put him on our radar, because DeWitt won our amateur middleweight title from he beat Cole Masick, and Cole's really good.
Is that the big dude?
The jacked, yeah, he was so jacked. And so we've, obviously started following his career, and obviously kept trying to get him to fight for us and stuff. Just didn't work out for various reasons.
Right.
Still open in the future, by the way, DeWitt. We still love you. But
Yeah.
Dumas knocked him out like pretty badly. Had a nice head kick. I mean, it was like picture perfect head kick. So after that happened, I was like, oh my God, that guy's legit. And then he subbed the dude on Contender Series, and then I was like, oh man, this guy's the future. And then when I saw Fremson, I was like, come on, man, like why are you sending that guy to Josh?
Yeah.
But then, like you said, Josh just handled business, dude.
When Josh cracked him that first time, I'm like, he's winning this fight.
Oh yeah, that's all the confidence he needed.
Yep. Then on the ground, like, looks like John Jones. Same thing.
It really was, dude. It really was. I think it's hilarious. My favorite part of this, which I texted Fremd about, we were laughing about it, was like Fremd broke that dude after the fight. Like, did you see the tweets afterwards? He's like, I hope you don't think you actually beat me. I'm getting that rematch. It's like, bro, the fight's way over. You submitted him. It's done. Just let it go and improve from this.
I saw some crazy shit on Twitter. Maybe I can find it, but
yeah,
there was girls like tweeting about him, like thanking Josh for being a woman beater. I was like, oh shit.
What?
Yeah, I was on Twitter.
What? I didn't see any of that.
Yeah, I was like looking. I was like, oh man, that's not a good look. But
that's the one, like in MMA, in any walk of life, let's be honest, but especially in the MMA world, like once that's on your record, you're never gonna forget. Even like look at John Jones. There's so many people saying that with John Jones too. I mean, that's just an ugly smear for anybody in any walk of life. But it does feel like fighting and Twitter is a particularly nasty place to be.
Yeah,
for sure.
I mean, I'm glad Josh won, because like where we come from is like, it's small town, but people still hate on you.
Mm-hmm.
If you're successful, someone's gonna hate. So
it's so weird.
That's why I was really rooting for him, because like if he lost, like people would have thought like, oh, he wasn't good enough for the UFC, this and that. Like, you don't even have the balls to like step in that cage.
Dude,
let him know and train.
I was gonna say, we just talked about how so many people think they want to train but don't even show up for training. Like I was literally just having this conversation with somebody that like one of the things that bothers me, even though it shouldn't, because I need to just let these things go. But when people talk shit on fighters, or like exactly what you're saying, like root against a local guy, stuff like that, like they want you to fail. That negative energy in fighting in particular is so preposterous, because I'm guilty of like on Sundays when somebody drops a pass, I'm be like, how could you drop that pass, dude? You suck. Like, how could you do that?
Right.
They're making millions and millions of dollars to go out there on Sunday and play football.
That's different.
A lot of these guys are like you, like literally an amateur fighter.
Yeah.
You're gonna only make whatever ticket consignment money you make. Like, we can't pay you legally.
Right.
So you're not going to get paid. You're doing this literally because you love it and because you're going after it and you have a dream. And you're training 5 days a week because you have a dream. So like when people root against that, it bothers me. And all the way up to Fremd, it's like, why would you not rally behind this guy who is literally putting a city on his back? And by the way, he's very proud of where he's from, and he wants to represent Greater Pittsburgh. Like, root for that guy, man. What are you thinking?
We were in high school. People laughed at him. I'm like,
laughed at him for wanting to do that?
When they found out, like, I remember Fremd first started training, like, people, just doubters, man. Like, he don't have it, this and that. Like, even with my fight, like, I know there's people that are doubting me. So, more motivation.
I was going to say, is that just pure fuel for you then?
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Like, I think about that. Like, I'll be hitting pads with Common, I just think like, man, I can't wait.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. I think it's funny. I wanted to touch on something you said about sparring Kama. He is like, he's locally famous with guys that I've talked to who have also trained with him and sparred with him for just being one of the most frustrating and difficult guys ever to strike against. Like his length and range is really weird. His timing's really weird. The variety of strikes he throws is really weird.
Yeah, it was, man, definitely I was throwing shit at him. He's just, damn, but like, he's like, the twitches were getting me.
Yep.
Like he threw a jab and like hit me in the body. I was like, damn.
How did that get there?
Yeah.
I don't understand.
But
yeah.
While he's doing it, though, like he's teaching you.
Yeah.
You know,
That's awesome.
he's another down to earth guy. Like
I mean,
him and Danilo, like they're so much talent down here.
crazy, man.
Like, I talk about like you gotta take advantage of this. Like they're always not gonna be here.
Yeah, dude. And then we can take it all around the city. You could go to Stout with what Wilkins and Will Morrill are doing, and Warren Stout there, and then obviously the Mat Factory with Isaac and Dempsey.
Isaac
Like that doesn't
and
even. The amount, like you're saying, the amount of talent that's in Pittsburgh is just right now. It's preposterous.
Right.
And you mentioned Colton, and his gym is doing great things too.
Aldo and them,
Aldo and them,
I
for
went
sure.
there a couple times. Aldo's a good dude.
I love him, dude. I love those guys so much, and to almost like.
Glenn's crazy.
Did you talk him out of drinking 800 bangs a day? Were you part of that?
No, but I went to boxing class there, and he's like, "I'm done." I'm like, "All right." I was like, "I'll give it a couple days." So Saturday we went on a run and sparred, and I look in his bag. There's 2 cases of bang. I'm like, over here relapsing on me. Like,
Glenn, right into a relapse. Glenn, dude, this is me talking to you as a friend, Glenn, not as a promoter, not as anything. You gotta like 1 bang a day. I'll give you 1. But the 4, the 6, whatever number he said on the podcast, it was some number that should definitely kill
I think
you.
he said 6 or 8.
Yeah, it was a number that just doesn't even make sense.
I actually saw a Snapchat today. He had
Oh no,
he had 3 pre-workout cans. He's like, "Tell me not to do it." I didn't even comment. I'm like, dude, if you do all, in my mind, I'm like, if I did all 3 of those, like, I'd have to go to the hospital.
Yeah, legitimately have to go to the hospital. That's bad, dude. I mean, I'm all for it because Glenn really is a maniac and just seems to be built different. But like at some point, I'm concerned.
Yeah,
I
like,
really am.
he shotgun on a bang. I'm like, damn, man, that would tear me up.
It would just hurt. Like
Yeah.
that can't be fun to shotgun either.
He said he needs it.
Hey man, if you think you need it, it's all mental at that point.
I'm stuck with my coffee.
Yeah, same, dude. I'm a couple coffees a day, maybe a Celsius on a day where I really need a kick. I'll snag a Celsius or something.
Those ones are smooth though.
Yeah, for sure.
Zoa's
And
good too. The rocks, those are pretty good.
What's that?
The Zoa
I never even heard of that.
rock has like his own. They're more flavor. It's not really carbonated.
Oh, okay, nice.
It's more like a juice, but it's good.
All right. Yeah, that sounds awesome. I never even heard of that. That's sweet.
Yeah.
So the question I got then, I guess, is like, we're talking about you cross training all over the place. Do you want to go to Stout and the Mat Factory as well? Add them in? Like, are you going to be this guy who's just everywhere? Or
I don't really know anyone there. I never really reached out to them.
I mean, you will after April for sure.
Yeah, they have some good fighters too. Patton, Julian,
Yeah, dude. It's insane.
Davis, like freaks.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the kind of guy. And I mean, Isaac works with Bo Nickel and freaking Roman Bravo Young and guys of that level wrestling are in there regularly. So it's just nuts. I know Ethan Goss is actually going to Mat Factory, like he finishes his camps there and goes there on the weekends and stuff. So it's the amount of talent's nuts.
Never been there. But me and Kama, like, we talked about, like, whenever he fought the Cody Garbrandt fight.
Yeah.
He's like, man, that ruined the shit. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I asked him why. And he's like, because, like, he brought up Isaac. I could have been training there, but back then it was my mind, like, oh, this is our gym. No one else come in, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, so that's kind of crazy because me and Ryan talk about that for sure because I definitely know like Kama is very anti Pittsburgh versus Pittsburgh fights for sure, which I understand, and Isaac doesn't really like it either.
I mean, you got the Indio Stout going on.
Yeah, exactly. But now we do have that little rivalry, which is fun. Which is honestly for us, it's fun for sure. As long as it stays respectful, that's my thing. Like, I don't want our whole thing since I've been involved,
right,
is like building Pittsburgh MMA to the next level. We want to take this thing completely to the next level. We think the talent's here, the gyms are here, the interest is here. It's just a matter of continually building this thing. So that's what we want to do. I don't want to do anything that's going to compromise that, but I do think like Lito versus Burrs is a perfect example to just take it to that next level. And I know we talked about like Lucas Siebert versus Tanner Cahill was in talk. So like there are moments I think where you can do it, but that's an interesting layer that you mentioned with Kama because I never heard him say that of like now I feel like I can't work there because it was Cody versus Dom.
Right.
Yeah. Which honestly, it makes sense, man. There's a lot, like we said, there's a lot riding on this, a lot of loyalty, a lot of freaking literal blood, sweat, and tears in those rooms.
Yeah. I mean, at first, when I started cross training, I was kind of stressing about that. Like, how do people feel that I'm from a different gym? But no one really said anything.
That's cool, man. And I definitely hope it stays that way because, like I said, I just had Miguel. I was just talking to Miguel Francisco in here, and he cross trains all over the place. I think it's genuinely beneficial for guys to do that, but I also think like if you've got your spot, you've got your spot. Like there's guys who are just Indio guys or stout guys or whatever, and that's cool too. We see that all the way up to the UFC level. Guys like you're an ATT guy. Maybe not the best. Maybe not the best example because they have like separate divisions and world class coaches in every single discipline that you could want. But like, yeah, I mean, there is that mindset of like this is my gym and I'm dedicated to them.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely dedicated to like any gym I really go to, but India's probably my favorite right now.
Oh, he said it.
Yeah.
Now they're not going to let you back in at the academy or Culver, dude. They're going to just kick you out.
Kama's my dude. He's my guy.
You're going to show up and they're going to be like, why don't you just go see Danilo if you like him so much? No, dude, I'm just kidding, obviously.
He's just down to earth.
Good, yeah.
Just a good dude, man. And he's so knowledgeable.
He really is. He really is, man.
Like I said, the stuff he taught me, it's like, man, I feel bad now on the ground, you know? Like, I can't wait to use this shit. But,
dude, I'm super excited to see it. I know Timbo has been putting in work from what I've seen on his Facebook and everything. He's been really getting after it. He learned a lot from that loss, which is awesome to see. Like, I love seeing guys who take a loss, and Ryan and I, the owner, Ryan and I talk about it all the time of like, there's a lot of one and done amateur fighters where they lose one and they just never come back. They think it's not for them.
Right.
Timbo was like the exact opposite. He lost one and he was like, well, I know exactly what I need to work on now. I can't wrestle. He's like, I'm gonna wrestle a whole lot before this next fight. So that's awesome. Like, that's really cool to see. I'm excited to see how your career pans out. Obviously, you've got the makings. Like I said, I assumed you were like consulting with somebody because I'm like, he's literally doing all the right things. Like, this is awesome to see. So it's cool, man. It's really exciting to see you getting after it, and we're excited to watch you put on a show, brother, for sure.
Man, appreciate it. But I definitely, I don't know. I don't want to say I'm talking shit, but
you can talk shit. We're here for that. Timbo's probably here for that too. He probably loves it.
I mean, he better be ready. That's all I'm saying.
Nice. That's what we like to hear. I've been trying to think. So like, the bout order isn't set yet, and I need to look at that for sure. I've been toying with the idea of kicking off with you two. How would you feel about that if you guys had to set the stage?
Oh, all day. We're ready to go.
Because here, my reasoning is a few layers. I'll tell you like some things we look for. Obviously, the fight being exciting. First and foremost, we want to start the show with a literal bang. We want to, and I know Timbo's all about that life. I already knew it before I talked to you, but after talking to you, I feel 3 times as confident about it that you're about that life. So the fight's going to be awesome. But also, you've both sold some tickets, and you've sold a decent amount of tickets, and I feel like there's still some people in your comments and stuff that haven't bought yet that will still come. So I want like the crowd to be into it. I want the fight to be good. And I just want to start things off with a bang because that card is so sick that like I just want the momentum, you know, to just build and build.
I mean, I'm ready for the first fight.
Nice. That's what I like to hear.
We'll take care of business.
Might have to go with that. Ladies and gentlemen. So if you've listened to James Stevenson and you're interested in seeing him fight, it is April 15th, Brawl in the Berg 16 at the Hollywood Casino at the Meadows. Tickets are available at 247fighting.com. When you check out, I'm going to put the camera back on James. When you check out, choose James's name so he gets credit for that. And all of his training all this cross training he's talking about costs money. They're not just letting him in because they like him. Like you got to pay for these. You got to pay for a private with Danilo.
I'm not gonna release what I've spent, but it made me. Every dollar was worth it, and like I said, the 15th, you guys will see when the cage closes.
You'll see why.
Yeah.
I love that dude. Well, we're super excited. Like I said, go get tickets. Go support him. We'll see you guys at the Meadows. Tickets are legitimately selling out very fast. So if you guys want to be there, highly recommend getting your seat ASAP and doing that. So we'll see you there, James. Thanks for stopping in, dude. This has been awesome, brother.
Thank you, man.
For sure.